nice to be able to speak to festival insiders who know all the things that we want to know about the festival. So, Hayley, tell us a bit about what's going on today.
Yes, 네, 지금은 BFM과 GFN이 공동으로 진행하는 2021 BIFF Table Talk, 이곳 BIFF Genesis 야외 무대에서 함께하고 있습니다. JD, how are you feeling so far?
I'm impressed. I'm like 600, 700, 800 films. I cannot imagine.
How does she have the time?
You got to make the
And
time,
how does she
right?
do it without popcorn? She said no popcorn.
That's impressive.
Professional.
I can't believe it. I don't believe her, not at all. And of course, we are here to talk about the 26 BIFF and movies. Question, what kind of movies do you like the most?
I think everything. It just depends on my mood. I'm sure for everybody else out there. Sometimes comedy, sometimes drama. But I just want to release some stress when I watch movies. How about you?
Well, 저는 코로나 시대가 시작한 이후에 특히 이 어딘가를 갈 수는 없지만 이국적인 풍경이나 다른 나라의 문화를 배울 수 있는 그런 영화에 좀 더 끌리는 것 같아요.
그렇죠.
그렇습니다.
공포 좋아하세요? 공포 영화?
공포 영화
Horror.
소리 지르면서 잘 봐요.
Release the
Yes.
stress. So we're so lucky to be able to be here and enjoy all these different genres of film at BIFF. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
I am so fortunate.
Absolutely. So in the upcoming segment, we get a chance to go in depth, take a deep dive, and really talk about one specific film. 여러분, are you excited? Woo! Yes.
Right, so please join us in welcoming our second guest, the director, Arvand Dashtaray. 큰 박수 부탁드립니다.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for having me here.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
How are you feeling about everything?
Yeah, I think the magic is happening during this COVID situation and all of this protocol, being able to manage the festival to happen, which is the most important thing that the show must go on. I think it's amazing. It's a great job.
네, 이 코로나 상황에도 불구하고 이렇게 마법 같은 영화제를 만들어줬기 때문에 정말 show must go on, 공연은 계속되어야 한다의 정신을 느끼고 계십니다.
So I'm going to give you a little introduction here. So our second guest for today, as you can see, is director Arvand Dashtaray. His work, The Absent Director, is competing in the New Currents category, which is the main competition section for BIFF. It spotlights up-and-coming directors who will be the future of Asian cinema. It's exciting.
Very exciting. And this film, The Absent Director, takes a novel approach and uses one continuous take together to weave the past, the present, fiction and non-fiction. And the audience, including ourselves, can't wait to hear what you have for us today.
Yeah, it's exciting to be here for the world premiere of this film. Because this film was really something. My background is in theater. I've been making theater for the last 20 years, and now this is my first, after making 3 short films, this is my first feature. And it was really tough to make this film because making in 90 minutes just one single shot with 11 characters and also one place architect that we have to be in it was so hard. But this being toughness of this film is with being in this festival, sharing it with the Korean audience and international audience. It feels very good and excited. It's very nice.
네, 지금 저희는 뉴커런트 부분의 감독은 부재 중 아르반드 다시타라이 감독님과 함께하고 있는데요. 다시타라이 감독님께서는 이전에 25년 동안 연극 연출을 맡으셨으며 이번이 첫 번째 장편 영화를 연출하시는 자리라고 합니다. 그렇기 때문에 90분 동안 일어나는 일들을 하나의 롱테이크에 담는 데 조금 어려움을 겪으셨다고 하는데요. 그러나 이렇게 한국 관객 여러분들과 전 세계 관객 여러분들 앞에서 첫 작품을 선보이게 되셔서 굉장히 기쁘다고 하십니다.
Indeed. So first of all, congratulations on your debut film to feature here, The Absent Director. And it's a very interesting title. Please, could you introduce a bit more about the movie and which part you think the audience should be focusing on or why they should actually watch the movie?
네. Thank you. 네, 감독은 부재 중은 감독님의 장편 데뷔작인데요. 어떤 영화인지 소개 부탁드릴게요.
The Absent Director is about a theater group in Tehran rehearsing Macbeth without the director. The director is leading them and directing them by Skype. So he's absent. And so many things, and also there is so many dramatic situations between all of the characters happening. And because the whole film is shooting in one take, the main thing which is a kind of magic during the film that you don't understand how the flashbacks and flash forwards happen during you're watching a one-take film. Because all of a sudden you're in the present moment, then the camera moves, and then you're in the past, and then comes again without any cuts. And that's how the audience get a bit, at the same time, they think, that, oh, what happened? How could they do that? And all of these things. So after this Macbeth thing, so many things happens inside the story, and I think it's nice if they come and watch it. There's just one more screen left in the festival, I think.
네, 감독은 부재 중이라는 영화는 테헤란에 있는 한 연극 극단이 맥베스라는 작품을 리허설하는데 말 그대로 감독이 없이 리허설을 하는 동안 일어나는 여러 가지 일들을 담고 있습니다. 하지만 굉장히 흥미로운 점은 여러 가지 씬들을 롱테이크 기법으로 모두 촬영을 했기 때문에 그 부분이 특히 관객들의 흥미를 돋굴 것이라고 말씀하셨습니다.
Thank you, Haley. And so you've already told us the Absent Director is a one-take movie. And, we've seen movies like this done before, like war movies, for an example. This isn't a war movie, of course. However, this technique is really interesting. So maybe it just kind of keeps the audience even more kind of engrossed in the movie. But why did you choose this technique? It must be very hard to do.
Yeah, it was really, really, really hard. The main thing was the narrative that we chose. Because it was a real time what is happening to this group of people in like 3-4 hours. And the narrative, the storytelling method was in the way that we couldn't do it in any other way. So the form of the shooting and also the storytelling was so written from the beginning with this idea of it's one take, so that's why it could work. Otherwise, none of the flashbacks could have worked like this. Because now it makes the audience so, as I said, impressed and how they made. And, it's very nice when you make such a hard effort and try a lot. It was such a hard film, and it was really a team effort. And I am the only present director from my whole team here for the Absent Director. Because of the COVID, the actors couldn't come and also the whole team. But honestly, the existence of these kind of festivals like Busan helps directors who are making independent movies, which is not closer to the body cinema, motivated more and to find out more courage to make more. Because this section in the cinema, the industry is eating it a lot and nothing is left from it anymore. So this kind of festivals and this kind of pulses that you receive makes you hopeful to continue and make more.
네, that's okay. 네, 저희가 이렇게 좀 독특한 롱테이크 기법을 사용하신 이유를 여쭤봤는데요. 이런 나레이션 스타일 또 이렇게 24시간 동안 일어나는 모든 일들을 하나의 컷에 담는다는 일은 저희가 촬영 단계나 스토리텔링 때부터 계획이 되신 일이라고 합니다. 그렇기 때문에 과거 회상이라든지 조금 더 힘든 기법들을 이루어내실 수 있었다고 하는데요. 특히 이런 부산국제영화제 같은 축제들을 통해서 신예 감독들 그리고 독립영화 감독들에게 이러한 영감과 용기를 주고 또 이런 힘든 일을, 이런 도전을 할 수 있는 기회가 돼서 감사하다고 하셨습니다.
Okay, so your movie first appeared on screen yesterday here in Busan. When we saw the greeting video you sent to the audience, you said you were looking forward to how the audience observes your film. And how did that go at the guest visits yesterday?
Yes, that's a very good point. I know I was so impressed by the Korean audience yesterday. I was wondering before the film, because it was the first time I was watching it with the audience, because my film has a lot of dialogues and so many characters, so many names. And I was wondering maybe it's a bit hard to follow the subtitles and at the same time watch one take movie with so many flashbacks and all of these things. But after, in the Q&A, the audience were asking me so many detailed questions about, okay, what was the relationship of this character, why this character did that, and I was so impressed and at the same time happy that, wow, you have a great audience here. They will watch films in a very specific there are serious audiences, I can say, you know, and it's I think you have a treasure. I'm so happy.
Busan's audience very into the films.
We hear that every single year, that Korean audiences are amazing because they're getting right in with those like difficult questions.
Yeah, that's totally true. I agree. And I'm impressed.
네, 저희가 감독님께 어제와 오늘 GV를 통해서 관객 여러분들께 작품을 선보인 소감을 여쭤보았는데요. 처음에는 조금 이렇게 스토리텔링 기법이 특이하고 또 인물들이 너무 많기 때문에 따라가는데 어려움을 겪지 않을까 걱정하셨지만 Q&A 세션, 질의응답 세션에서 우리 한국 관객분들이 너무나 좋은 질문을 많이 해주셔서 좋은 인상을 받았고 굉장히 놀랐다고 하셨습니다.
당연하죠. 대한민국 화이팅! 그지? Oh, you can cheer for that. Yes. Yeah! I saw you at the back. I love that. I love that. So actually, I'm from a theatre background as well.
Wow.
So I was very interested to learn that you started a theatre company back in 2002. You've produced more than 25 theatrical works as well. So as well as a movie director, you do theatre. And the crossover there, I mean, very different styles of creativity. Definitely different. What do you think is the biggest difference in directing plays or theatre works and movies?
Yeah, you know, as you know, being a director is being a director. I think that's one of the most important sections that you need to have as a director is to have the ability of managing your team. But yeah, there are so many differences between the cinema because, and you know, also because I've studied design and I, in visual arts, I also have some hands. In cinema, I think visualities are more important and the significance of the images you have to follow. And part of it's like a continuous painting that you're making in cinema. In theater, images are also important, but because of the presence of the performers, you have a different aspect of communication. But I think rather than directing and managing the actors and the whole thing, you have to be able to direct the images, which is more interesting in cinema. And also in theater, I think you're in more control. In cinema, it's more team effort that what DOP, what the other teams, everybody gathers together and makes something happen. But yes, I think this film also, because it's about a group of people who are making Macbeth, is my junction of switching into the cinema from the theater as well.
네, 저희가 감독님께 이제 기존에 25년 동안 연극 작품을 연출하시다가 이번에 처음 장편 영화를 연출하셨는데요. 차이점을 여쭈어봤을 때 일단 영화는 디자인, 시각, 예술 이런 이미지들을 연출하는 것이고 연극은 주로 배우들을 통해서 소통하는 것이라고 말씀하셨습니다. 그렇기 때문에 좀 더 팀들의 노력으로 영화가 이루어지고 또 그런 부분이 이번 감독은 부재 중 영화를 통해서 드러난다고 말씀하셨습니다. 네, 저희 마지막으로 함께해 주신 아르반드 다슈타라의 감독님께 큰 박수 부탁드립니다. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sorry about this voice thing.